Hey, hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Okay, so today we are taking a look at Loopmix from Audiomodern, the marvellous Loopmix from Audiomodern. Okay, and how to make your own packs. So if we go in here, you'll see I have created a new folder. You do that by going create new pack like that, create new pack, and you can add in all your details. I call this one magnets. When this is finished, I'll share it with Patreons and you can do what you like with them. So I've made three new presets that go inside my pack. So you make presets, you create your pack, and then you can make presets. Now it's very easy to make the presets. You've just got to take the time to make the track. You can use any. Here is where you load in the samples for each of the 6 tracks. And you'll see that this particular thing doesn't have anything in number 6 here. So I could go like, I'll just go plus here and then go and find a sample from somewhere and then import it in. Now, I don't know if there's some sort of, I don't know if there's a limit to the length. I haven't come across that, so I don't know, you know. And maybe it just trims it for you if it's too long, but it's awesome stuff. Right, so if we can cancel that for a moment. So we're going to make, first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a new one. All right, so we're going to make a new pack. So I can actually just close Loopmix for a moment. We don't need that open, obviously, to make a new track. And I'll go into Cubasis. And just before the stream started, I'll just open. Just before the stream started, I did this here. Now you can see that I've got full 6 tracks going. It sounds pretty cacophonous at the moment because it's not really. I think it's just a collection of 6 things that I've made that all fit in the same key, which just happens to be, hang on a minute, what might it be? A minor. But you can put them in any key you like. Now, okay, cool beans. In Cubasis, I'm doing this in Cubasis because it's easy. One of those ones you just listened to, I made in Reason this afternoon. So with all VSTs. So you can do them anywhere. It doesn't really matter. All you've got to make sure is when these are rendered down to WAV files, that they go in the same folder that you can locate inside Loopmix really easily. They don't have to be in the same folder, but it makes a bit of sense if they are because, you know, they'll all be there, won't they? Right. You'll see what I mean. So first of all, we're going to mix this down. We're going to go to Media. I am going to go mix down. I'm going to go create mix down, and bear in mind this is in Cubasis. If you're using something else like Nano Studio or what have you, you know, it's slightly different. But so mix down, and it's called Cubasis 3. Mix down Cubasis 3. I'm just going to give this a different name. I'm going to call this Loopmix. It doesn't really even matter about the BPM. Loopmix 120, I'm going to call it 120 AM and Loopmix 120 AM 4, because this will be my 4th one. Now you can rename them in Loopmix as well, but there you go. So here we go. I've got this mixed down between locators, so I'm going to get a solid block of WAV files, create separate files for tracks, and normalize those tracks. Those tracks are fairly loud anyway, but I'll leave them on normalize. Sorry, I've just been eating some. Okay, so I'm going to hit start mix down, and it will mix down those 4, 5, 6 tracks. There we go, and they'll be there. There they is inside of our mix down. You'll see they're all 2.9 meg because they're all 8 bars long. Now, all we want to do is go, right, okay, I'm going to have to do this separately because I don't see a way of doing it in one go with a mix down, but it takes seconds. So we're going to go share. I'm going to go more. I'm going to go save to files. And I've created this folder in iCloud Drive here called AALM folder, which stands for AA, so it's at the beginning, so I can find it easy. This is a good way to name things that you want to drop in quick. LM Loopmix folder. So I'm going to just tap on there and there's nothing there. So first thing is my first one. I'm just going to go save and it's going to put that in there. Second time, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go more, add to files, save. Third one, I'm going to go share, more, save to files, save. Now, in the real world, this isn't a chore because, you know, you've created the track and things do take a little bit of time, but I'm going to go to save to files. I'm going to go save. And then we've got number 5. I'm going to go share, more, save to files, save. And the last one, which is this acoustic piano thing, I'm just going to go share, more, save to files, and save. And that's it. I can now close Cubasis. I have to wait for my audio interface to reconnect if I change app. We've now got our LM folder and there's 6 items in there, as you can see. Very good. Now we'll close it again. We'll lose my audio just for a sec. Oh, no, we haven't. So I'm going to open audio. I'm going to open Loopmix now. Okay, now you'll see Loopmix opens with an init patch, and that's what you want. You want an initialized program. We hit load, or we don't, we just hit the patch. And you'll see here, there are your 6 tracks. This is where you can just add your track in. So first of all, we're going to go here like this. I'm going to go into my folder, hit this first one, and it's there. Going to go into my folder, hit the second one, and it's there. Going for my folder, hit the third one, and it's there. Go into my folder, hit the fourth one, and it's there. Go into my folder, hit the 5th one, and it's there. And we'll go into the folder. Here we go. Hit the 6th one, and it's there. And now we've created a thing. Now this has happened within a few minutes, so it's not a lot to do. It's very easy. You build up your track and the thing you want, and you just export the stems. So you're working with stems. Now, before you do anything else, hit save here, give it a name. So I'm going to call this just TSTR AM. I'm going to call it 4. Okay, and I could, if I wanted to, put the BPM in. Put the BPM in if I wanted to, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to hit save. Now, around here somewhere, there it is. AM. Now I'm looking for number 4, aren't I? So let me just see. I'm just going to go into user presets a sec. I'm looking for, what did I call it? TSTR first. Oh, there it is. Oh, it'll be in red. So TSTR A minor 4 120. It's at the bottom. It depends where it is, I suppose, guessing where the actual thing is. Here is my magnets folder here, the one I've made. I'm going to pick this up, and you see I can move it around. Magnets or blend or any other folder will highlight and you drop it in. And if we go into my folder now, you will see there it is. TSTR A minor 4 120. And it's there, right? So I'm going to do this, tap on there and open it. And there are all my WAV files, right? Now, if we wanted to hear the whole thing, now we've got a mixer. See how 3 is quite loud. We've got a mixer here. We can do that. But I'm just going to hit randomize for starters. And now this is going to be... This is the mix, a remix of what I've just made in Cubasis. How cool is that? Now, I'm going to see this where it says poly. I'm going to put poly on. I'm going to go into my mixer actually and just turn the master mix down just a little bit because it might get a little bit louder. So we'll go out of mixer. Now I've got poly. So you've got mono. Mono won't let another loop appear over any other loop. So there'll always be a break. But if we have poly selected, we can now So that there is the full track, just as you heard it in Cubasis. So number 5 is a bit loud, I think. And now I can jump between patterns. And because everything I do is in A minor, it all sounds great. Right, now you have to save. Because I saved this as a blank like this. I'm gonna put it on poly actually and do this. Save, and now if I go back to my 1, it's remembered all my saves as well. So when you've set up one to start with that you like, then you can do this. Now the cool thing with Loopmix, of course, is that we can go way beyond just chopping up your loops. You can have them reverse, you can have them with gating or ratcheting. So for example, we could say, well, I don't know, let's just play a little bit. Let's just go to reverse. Ratchet. Now we can get very creative and start to randomize the pitch as well. You really wouldn't want to do that. We can also rearrange. Right, so there's how that's basically how you make your kits and stuff. So we're going to make another one. We'll make it in Cubasis again, but this one we'll make a little bit more, I don't know, experimental. Excuse me, instead of kind of poppy. So like I said, once you've saved it in there, it's in your pack. Now, like I said, slowly here, to create a pack, you hit this, right? Then you give the pack a name here, like this. You just give it a name. Then you give it the person who made it. And then you can put a subscribe. Then you can give it a picture. You can go in and say, choose something from your photos or what have you. And you've made your pack. And then after that, your pack will be named like this. And then you can drag other presets into that pack as well. Stuff that you've made. So if you go to like your factory presets or your user presets. Now, these aren't all my user presets, of course, these are by other people. But say, for example, I wanted, say, whatever it's like. Say I wanted that in my magnet pack. All I would need to do is go grab hold of it, hold it like this, and it'll start to float around, as you can see, and you can just drop it in to your own pack like this, and now it's in there as well. And then if we tap the little button beside it, we can, I'm going to remove that. So it's very easy. The file management that Audiomodern uses, it's very, very simple, straightforward, it just works, right? Now, and don't forget as well, also with Loopmix, there's tons of free packs that you can get for nothing. There's a few purchased ones, but there's lots of free ones as well. Okay, so let's go and make another one, shall we? So we're clear. Okie dokie. We can close Loopmix now. It's absolutely fine. All our information is saved. Let's open Cubase. And what I'll just do is I'll just select. Hold on a minute. I'll just select all this and I'll erase it so we've got something new. Now I think that for this we won't use drums. We'll go more, so we can delete that and we can add some other bits and pieces. So let's go into Synth Master. Now let's just reset our, in fact, you know what would be easier is just to start a new project, I think. I'll just call this Loop Mix 5 because it's the 5th one I'm messing with. And there's our piano here. I'm going to change this for an AU. I'm going to start with a Synth Master 2 and I'm going to find an experimental patch from in there. And it's very nice to use doing it with experimental stuff because the way it chops up, you can chop it up, reverse it and stuff like that. Keep it a bit interesting, you know. So here we go, Synth Master 2. I'm gonna just make it full screen so we can find a sound we can use and go to browse, and I will just start with, say, maybe sound effects. Let's go down here a little bit. What's this? Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to find some from, if I can. Maybe that's Synth Master 1. Don't matter. I'm sticking here. I'm going to, where's my Sounds of the World? Sounds of the, come to me, Sounds of the World. Bet you can see, oh, there it is. Right, so I'm just going to go to all and so I'm just going to record now. I'm going to stick with nine bars here. I'm going to make sure my loop is on. But you can have an awful lot of fun with Loopmix. I mean, you really can, because it's real fun that once you've put something down and then you end up with it in Loopmix and it sounds so completely different. It's really great. And like I said, the tempo is not important because you're using audio slicing. It speeds up and slows down. The algorithm's really brilliant. Excuse me, I'm going to just switch my metric. Actually, I don't need to, I don't think. Yes, I do. So on the second one here, track number 2, I'm going to delete that because it's an audio track. I'm going to add another MIDI track. Do this, I'm going to go to audio unit extensions here and go and find, I'm looking for, that's not audio unit stock. I think it might be down the bottom here. VCS3. By the way, if you're ever trying to load iVCS3 as an audio unit and you only ever find the oscillator or the noise, it's because it's named differently there's no I at the beginning of it. It's just VCS3. So and then when you do this, you get the full version. So let's find something suitably spacey for this. Open presets and we'll go to my pack, the sound test room, which was made by James Edward Cosby. Okay, cool. Bins. Let's add in something else suitably odd. Let's add in maybe a oh, it is here. Appario. Now, like I said, what happens is it starts to sound too cacophonous when you're mixing it. It's really nice, that is. And don't worry about effects, tails and stuff, because don't forget Loopmix, your loopings, you're not really going to be worrying about that. So let's see. Sounding suitably mad. Let's add in some percussion, but not nothing conventional sort of thing. So I think that I'll use classic machines here, but I will use something like the maybe let's try the Something like that would be this bonkers, isn't it? Right, so I will quantize this though. I will have it auto quantized so that and I'll solo this because I don't want to be put off by the other weirdness going on. So just play a lot of nonsense, you know. Yeah, let's add one more just for fun. We could add two more. Don't forget we've got 6 tracks we could use. We'll just add one more. Add other MIDI instruments, and let's see what we've got in our audio units. It might be suitably odd. Oh, I know what'd be good. It's one in Drambo, and I use one of the select Drambo folder to gain access. Do I have to do that? Do I? No, forget that. I'm gonna, because you have to mess around with Drambo to get it to work. So I haven't got time to do that now. No, not Egoist. Factory. Here we go. Factory's mad, isn't it? Right, so let's see. We want to be looking at maybe cinematic. Oh yeah, listen to that. Yeah, let's record that. It says Drambo, but it's actually Factory. Just change that. How cool is that? Right, let's see. All right. Now, what we've got is we've got our 5 tracks that we're going to be messing with. Just want to make sure. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to our media and we're going to go to mix down. I'm going to get rid of this stuff because I don't want it. I don't need it. It's already a preset. So I'll just delete all these. I'm going to create mix down. Again, I'm going to keep the same settings, create a separate file for each track. I'm going to have them normalize mix down between locators because, you know, that's absolutely fine. Start mix down. Okay, so now we have our 5 tracks, and they should right, super. They're all there now. So all we need to do now is move them to our folder. So I'm going to go with this first. I'm going to go more. I'm going to go save to files. And I'm going to get rid of these. Right, I'm going to need to do this outside of Cubasis. So I'm just going to empty what's already in there just to keep things straightforward. So going here, going to this. I'm just going to go select all and delete, because they're already being used. They're already saved as our preset inside of Loopmix now, so that's fine. So we can go back to Cubasis, do this, and now what we need to do is with the same before, we just need to go save to files and go save, because that's our folders already selected. Do this one, share, more, save to files, save. Our third one, share, more, save to files, save, done. Our fourth one, share, more, save to files. You get the idea, right? And the last one is share, more, save to files. It can get a bit bland. Imagine when you're doing MIDI packs and stuff. Save. Right, okay, so now again we're done with Cubasis. We can get back to Loopmix, and we're back with an initial project. It always opens up for an initial project for you. So we can go here now, and this is our initial project. So we're going to go to our AM folder, choose number 1. There it is. Number 2, there it is. You see, it's really quite quick. Well, it's very quick actually, isn't there? No stressiness going on. 4, and last but not least, number 5. And there we go. We have our thing. Now what we shall do is we shall go save, and we will call this it's ambient, isn't it? So we'll call it TSTR ambient. And that'll do, TSTR ambient. You can call it whatever you like. Save, and if we go down to the bottom here or the top, there we go, TSTR ambient. So you have to use it to refresh. It'll be in users. We're going to pick it up. We're going to stick it into magnets, which is the name of my pack. Go in here, and now we have TSTR ambient. And it's already set up. There it is. Look at how loud number 2 is. That's the IVCS3. So I'm going to go straight into my mixer immediately, and I'm going to turn that down until I can get a good level for it. Now, you heard what it was like. It's very kind of, you know, it's full on. If I go to poly now and just turn all these on, what we're basically going to get is what we had when the mix was there. Which is a cacophonous mess. But now what we'll do is we'll put it into mono like this, and we can start to randomize. And what we'll do now is we're going to get something really, really, very, very cool indeed. Which is just awesome. Put it onto poly. Let's have We can speed it up. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing I was telling you about the BPM. It doesn't matter what you record your loops at. 120 is just a kind of default loop thing, isn't it? But we can go in here now where we can go, oh, well, okay, I want this to go all at 140. Now, here's the thing, right? All your loops are going to be at 140. Now, because I didn't save, I'm going to have to save this. Now I'm going to just save TSTR ambient save. And now that will be saved with a pattern as well. Now, the cool thing here is, if we go into our our ambient one, you'll see here, we still have a spare slot. Now we can change out any of these samples, right? And when let's do this. Let's tap on this one here. And this is, let's go to our audio share files now. And we'll go and find one of Daniel's, I don't even know if Daniel's here. So we'll go and find one of his very cool talky things. I think it's from... here we go, in here, and be speech mail, I think, and some of my ones that I like from Hill House, that's AG, and it doesn't really matter which one we pick. So bear with me. Here we go. I'll pick this one. So, and this is now in here. Now, if I go back to my... now, I can save this as... I'll save this as something slightly different. I'll save it as ambient 2 save. And now if I go into magnets, I'll have... this is ambient. Now, where's ambient 2? Go to user preset, ambient 2. Here. Just pick it up and put it into magnets folder or whatever folder you've created. And if we go into our magnets folder now, you'll see we've got ambient 2, and ambient 2 is the one that's loaded, and this has the extra thing down the bottom. Now if I engage all of that and just play it,
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross section, from psychiatrist to typist and from drunk to jet pilot. They share one thing. They all need money. Now let's see if they're brave enough to earn it. I had a reason for inviting each guest. Now,
let me explain something here as well. Gosh, sorry, guys. Because this goes over multiple bars, right? And some of them go over multiple bars, as you've just seen. Now, they'll move off the page. They'll just change. If I go like this, this, and this, these will apply. These dropouts here, these slices, will apply to the same, will be the same for each bar. It will not change.
I have a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section, from psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet pilot.
That means that you don't have to keep swapping from page to page to add in the slices. Okay, so that's really handy. So you can have a really long loop, but the slices will be the same on each part of the page, which is good. Right, okay, so now we've got this thing going on. Here's a cool tip. Let's just switch this on. This is going to play and we're going to lock it in place, right? So
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of cross-section, from psychiatrist to typist, from drunk to jet pilot.
Once you lock a slice, once you lock a slice of cake, once you lock a slice, it's going to be there whatever you do to your thing. It's not going to change. So that's very cool. And don't forget, if you're going poly, you can have, like, it's hard to explain. In poly mode, you could do this, right? And then we could lock that one as well.
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, from drunk to jetbag. They share one thing, they all need money. Let's see if they're ready. I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist.
Now, we can also change out other aspects of that loop. So we can put other samples in from anywhere in Loopmix. So if we go back to our TSTR Ambient 2, we know that these are the ones that we put in from Cubasis, but say, well, okay, well, let's just go to user presets here. Let's open up maybe this one here, and this has got a bunch of, let's just pick this one up, right, this one, and drop that in there instead. And now we've got that sample in our first one in Ambient 2.
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist.
Yeah, locking rhythm tracks is good as well because it gives it some coherence, you know. So now I've taken a sample from Craft Jam, whatever, and just drop the one sample in there as well. Okay, you can also tap on these and it will choose a random sample. It's choosing a drum loop, right?
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, drunk to jetbag. Share one thing, all need money. Now let's see if they're ready. I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, drunk to jetbag. Share one thing, all need money. Now let's see if they're ready. I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted.
So now maybe I'm happy with that. I go save as Ambient 2, and everything is remembered. It's still in my magnets pack. Guys, there you go. That's how you make your own. That's how you make your own packs and presets. So make a pack for yourself first. Just create pack, like I showed you earlier. Start making tracks and other things, or dragging in samples. You might have loads of samples all over the place that it'll just chop stuff up for you. You can, like I said, you can reverse it, you can ratchet it, you can increase the pitch. I mean, you could increase the pitch on Vincent Price, couldn't we? Just for fun. If we go to our, let's do this. Let's go mono. We're locked on Vincent, so we're locked on there as well because that's a drum track. But let's do this. Now let's go into pitch here, and let's pitch a few of these up, shall we, just for fun, and we can pitch them down as well. Now don't forget, these will be the same for each one. So
reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jetbag. They share one thing, they all need money. Now let's see if they're ready. There's a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section.
let's ratchet him.
Psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jetbag. They share one thing, they all need money. Now let's see if they're ready. There's a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jetbag. They one thing, they all need money. Now let's see if they're ready. A reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from to jetbag. They one thing, they all need money. Now let's see if they're ready. A reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist.
So there you go. There's how you do it. What I'll do before I go, while you're saying to each other, I will just go to Magnets Pack and I'll just start from the top. I'll load the top one in and we can just have a mess around with the the ones I've already done. Now I'm going to do some very cool stuff with the VSTs as well, like I did. I think it was, let me just start with the one I think was the original one from the desktop. This is it. So this is all desktop. Or is it? I'm not sure. Yeah. So thanks very much, guys, for joining me this evening where we took a look at Loopmix. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with something else, if I can actually talk. All right, gang. Thanks for watching. See you later. Ta-da.
Reason for it. In each guess, I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet pop. They are one thing, they all need money. Now let's see if...